Hello, dear friends. Thought creates matter, and matter takes physical form through the emotional influence behind it. Leo Lightworker. Opinion piece. Powerful energy. Leveling up. Intense update. Paradigm shift. Flow of divine light. Cosmic path to light. Secret galactic trade. Multiple solar storms. Classified space project. Journey towards future light. All will be revealed in due time. We will overcome this transition. Let's start. A continuous flow of divine light has been manifesting in physical reality since last Sunday. Earth is receiving an intense multi-week upgrade, and it is time to level up in a context of fatigue, stress, misinformation, and emotional difficulties, according to Drew 86. Pessimists and doomsayers are spreading faster than wildfires in Europe and Canada. Meanwhile, the Sun has produced several coronal mass ejections directed toward Earth this week. A series of tangential impacts on July 31st and August 1st could produce a solar storm with auroras. SpaceX rocket will impact the Moon on August 5th, crashing into lunar dust at 8,700 kilometers per hour. There is a possibility that amateur astronomers may be able to observe fragments flying into space above the impact site if they use a selenograph to block the Moon's glare. This higher energy is conspiring in our favor. It is a key frequency that you must maintain for your resources to manifest. Don't worry about the how. Simply keep in mind that there is an infinite supreme intelligence working on your behalf, and that it is working through you as a human being to bring about the reality of the new Earth. This stage is a test to level up in a reality divided into timelines according to the beliefs, consciousness, and decisions of each human being. Personal problems will intensify, and the energy of this period should be used to materialize resources and advance toward goals. This energy favors abundance, and it's wise to maintain confidence without becoming obsessed with results. Some people sleep poorly, suffer aches and stiffness, and should reduce their activity to prioritize rest, observation, and simplifying their daily routine. We are all prepared and ready for action on our respective timelines within this collective paradigm shift. This energy is very powerful. Don't underestimate it. Use this fuel to materialize your resources. This is part of the challenge. Before collective resources are unlocked, advanced manifestators must decipher the codes of abundance and convert them into physical matter. Everything in the matrix is a way to channel energy or money. It's an uncontrolled spiritual war that traps ordinary people without their realizing it, like fishing boats that capture crabs in enormous cages off the coast. Problems will continue to increase for some people and improve for others. This is the reality of the lower fogged timeline, and sadly, it remains the majority. Every human being lives according to their timeline, determined by their belief system, their consciousness, and the choices they make. The few pure bloods, awakened souls, and starseeds must stay the course. Mistakes at this time can be costly. The test is not yet over. Many of you are in the final phase of your current level. Leveling up involves overcoming a final task. As we navigate into the energy of the Lion's Gate portal, dedicate more time and energy to your mission on the new Earth, not to the dying, noisy and crumbling matrix. Discipline is critical. Don't be the student whose report card says, easily distracted by others. Simplify your daily routine as much as possible, and rest assured that we will make it through this transition. Bifurcation. This is the time of separation, the bifurcation of worlds, in which the evil-doers live to the right, according to Steve Biko. Those who intend to build a new Earth, a world that works for everyone, move forward. Our world after ascension will work for everyone thanks to the love in which we are immersed. Not a single harmful thought will arise in our minds. The concept of a world that works for everyone originated with Werner Erhard. Whatever happens, I trust in the divine plan. I also trust and support the coalition plan, which, as Matthew Ward said, is sustained by the light of love, the most powerful force in the cosmos. Hidden mission. Since the 80s, a space fleet called Solar Warden has been operating in secret, with the mission of monitoring the solar system and managing a hidden galactic trade, according to Mr. Kit Poole. The secret space program uses anti-gravity technology, bases on the Moon and Mars, and a clandestine power structure that has kept humanity in a technological dark age. The recent public promotion of the Space Force is part of a phase of normalization and gradual disclosure of this technology, while all command structures in secret facilities are being dismantled. A major future rebuild is also announced, featuring motherships, teleportation and replication systems, and UFOs are presented as artifacts belonging to this fleet in the process of becoming visible. Excuse me. This rogue civilization is linked to Nazis, who took refuge in Antarctica, paperclip operation and deep power networks associated with post-war space projects. Ufologist Tony Rodriguez claims that the conflict for control of space is over, and that technology will return to the service of humanity. This secret space program was built with the trillions of dollars missing from the Pentagon's budget. It consists of enormous cigar-shaped motherships, some over 800 meters long, and a fleet of smaller triangular scout ships. They don't use liquid fuel. They employ anti-gravity and torsion field propulsion, allowing them to travel to Mars in a matter of hours. The elite have traded human resources and ancient artifacts for advanced technology, which they keep to themselves in underground tunnels. That is the rogue civilization, a group of humans who have access to technology, medicine, and knowledge hundreds of years ahead of the surface world. The coalition has taken control of the Solar Guardian's command structure. That's why we are seeing a sudden surge in public awareness of the Space Force. It's about the gradual normalization of the technology before its full disclosure. The secret bases on the Moon and Mars are being cleared of the old ruling elite. The Dark Fleet, a rogue faction that collaborated with negative entities to maintain the Matrix, has been neutralized. The battle for control of space is over, and resources are being returned to the service of humankind. The grand reveal will include the unveiling of the Solar Warden fleet and the teleportation and replication systems that have been used in space for decades. The era of being confined to a single planet is coming to an end. We are transitioning from a primitive civilization to a galactic one. Some UFOs you see in the sky are often our own ships manifesting as the frequency increases. Paperclip Operation. Paperclip Operation was a secret 1945 program to relocate more than 1,600 German scientists, engineers, and technicians, including former members of the Nazi regime, to leverage their expertise in military, aerospace, and intelligence fields in the post-war period. This recruitment not only impacted NASA's development, but also the architecture of the military-industrial complex. The dissident civilization of the Nazis, based in Antarctica, was allied with the Dracos and the Greys. In Paperclip's operation, elements of the former Nazi scientific base infiltrated the military-industrial complex. The Nazis didn't lose World War II. They simply changed their name and location. Justice will be served for the crimes against humanity committed by dark forces. Starseeds. Elena Danan explained the Starseed program driven by the Andromedan Council and the use of moons and planetoids carved into the solar system. The Andromedan Council sent millions of starseeds that incarnated in human bodies after foreseeing a period of tyranny on Earth caused by the Dark Fleet. Their mission is to awaken themselves, awaken other starseeds, and help humanity become aware of its identity. Elena invites people to remain sovereign, stop bowing down to any form of power, including religions, and honor their own divinity as fractals of the Creator. The awakening process begins by eliminating distractions, connecting with one's own frequency, and recognizing the fractal seat of the Creator located in the heart chakra. Forces led by Enlil manipulated the perception of reality through media, education, government, and religion to maintain control. The Moon is described as a carved planetoid. It was carved long ago by an advanced civilization. Later, it was occupied by the Dark Fleet, which installed cube technology to relay signals from Saturn to the Orion Hive and control the Greys. That network was deactivated in 2021 by the Coalition of Worlds, disrupting the Greys' logistical communications. The moons of Mars, Phobos and Deimos are also presented as carved planetoids used as relays for trafficking hybrids and abductees. They were cleared before operations on Mars. Other bodies such as Saturn Mimas are cited as additional examples. Various civilizations prefer to carve rocks, install propulsion mechanisms, energy cores, and habitats within them, and use them as ships or observation stations due to their natural protection against radiation and space particles. The movement of these structures is accomplished by means of torsion field cores that generate electromagnetic fields to negate mass, or through plasma consciousness that act as a navigating mind and sustain the vehicle's vital functions. Kavamur maintains that military personnel maintain direct contact with the Coalition of Worlds, and that this link is channeled through the White Hats, described as a hidden network that receives advanced technology and intelligence. According to this message, these contacts would serve to combat high-level crime. destroy cloning facilities, rescue children, and carry out off-planet missions, although with the memory of the operations blocked afterward. He adds that the coalition of worlds could intervene on its own, but that human participation is necessary for people to choose that path. He also claims that the work of these defenders will allow the general population to live without knowing traumatic events or the magnitude of these secret operations. Everything will be revealed in due time. Call. The People's Bulletin, signed by Leo, calls on the Coalition of Worlds to reveal itself to humanity before September 1st, 2026. The call requests a public intervention to explain the struggle between good and evil, the galactic community, and the window of ascension to the fifth dimension. This appearance would serve to inform the population about the difference between 3D and 5D vibrations, accelerate spiritual awakening, and help humanity raise its frequency. The text states that 2/3 of this window of opportunity has already been completed and that most people are unaware of it. Furthermore, it maintains that disclosure will allow for the mobilization of resources, help for those in need, and the resolution of specific situations. It insists that the communication must come directly from the Coalition of Worlds to be believed by the population, and concludes that the intervention must occur before the proposed deadline. Leo presents this petition as an urgent action within a process of collective awakening. Testimony. Testimony of Niara Isley, a former member of the Air Force, regarding secret space programs, contact with non-human entities, and genetic experimentation. Isley claims to have suffered memory gaps during her service in Tonopah, Nevada, and to have later reconstructed those memories through hypnosis, meditation, and regression therapy. She describes forced labor, unauthorized genetic programs, and activities at facilities such as Area 51, as well as bases on the Moon and Mars. She also refers to the creation of hybrid species, consciousness transfer, and other elements associated with non-public advanced technology. Isley presents herself as a starseed of Lyra and relates her experience to a mission of revelation and collective healing. Transparency on these issues and a shift toward a unified consciousness are key to human liberation, according to Dr. Michael Sala. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.